New grease guns. Let's have a look. This one is a push type, where you push in the entire body and this telescopes in and pressurizes the grease or oil or whatever comes out. It has a non-Zerk type tip. It's very crusty and rusty. Oh, there's some good writing on the back. I'll clean it up and we'll get a closer look. This one, I see writing on here. It's an Alemite, and there's a patent number up here, but let me clean it up a little bit more and we'll see what we can see. This too, I can tell it says Alemite, but I can't really get all the details. It's so dirty and nasty. So let me do a little quick cleanup on them and see if we can make out what's written on them. Alright, we'll start with the big one here with a little wire brushing and cleaning. I've exposed the back here pretty well. It has a catalog number GB2770, patent pending, made in England. Huzzah! Always cool to get stuff made in England. I don't know what that symbol means. If any of the UK viewers especially know what that means, please leave me a comment. So with a little cleaning and lubricating, the tip is now freed up and it pushes in and out. So we can show you there. And this end right here is brass. It has a little brass collar. The opening in here has sort of a spherical kind of shape to it to fit onto something ball-shaped. And the back just unscrews. Hard to do that one-handed. And it has sort of like a gasket type material there to seal it. And in here it says patent pending, and you can see the spring, and there's some sort of snap ring around there holding it in place, but there's no threads visible on the inside. I'm not really 100% sure how you would refill it, so it's a little bit of a mystery, but I would say it's probably an oiling tool, that it would take some sort of heavy oil and not really a grease, but I'm not sure. If anyone else is sure and wants to share and educate the rest of us, please do so in the comments. Alright, so here's one of the smaller ones, the one that has the metal handle. It is also definitely Alemite. I can read after wire brushing, it's 2 lines doubled, Alemite Lubricator and Alemite Manufacturing Corp. And down here at the tip, it has a brass section and a replaceable tip that I assume so you could use it on different types of fittings. But this one too just seems to fit up against a spherical tip. And on here it says patented, and there's just a couple digits visible above the patent number that I think represent a date. But down here it says RE 16787-1676626. So I'll try to look up that patent. And so the other small grease gun with the wood handle, all it says is Alemite Lubricator, Alemite Corporation, with corporation spelled out. And it's just one set, it's not doubled all the way around. The tip has no writing on it, but it has this kind of ribbed sort of a knurling. And if you can see there in the tip, that is a essentially modern Zerk fitting tip, where it will grip the head of the Zerk fitting so that you can pump the grease in. And both this small one and the other small one just have a plunger piston inside. There go the boys on the go-karts. And you know, so there's nothing special, there's no spring, there's nothing inside. You would just load grease into it and put the piston on the top and screw the cap on. and just push. You know, your own force of pushing on the handle in the back is what pushes the grease out the tip. Compared to like my regular grease gun, which has a long handle to pump the grease under tremendous pressure. And as you can see here, it has the normal Zerk fitting. You know, this is modern. This is what I'm using. Hey Toolerinos, got a little helpful tip here for you. This is a Williams breaker bar 3/4 inch drive from my Super Ratchet set, and this is a New Britain 3/4 to 1/2 inch adapter that I have kept in that set, but maybe I haven't had to use it, at least not with this breaker bar before. I came out to the shop and found it stuck on there. My son had been using it to get the large nuts off of some go-kart wheels, and I was going to put it away, but I couldn't get it to come apart. So first thing I tried was tapping this at an angle, and that didn't work. And then I tried this drift punch, tapping it that way to get in a little better angle, and that didn't work. So then I put it in the vise, and I put 2 pry bars on it, like this, and then, you know, pulled apart on the handles, and that did not work. What finally worked was to put 2 ball joint separators with you know, opposite complementary angles in there, and then push it together and then pry it like this, and that's what finally worked it off. And it took quite a bit of effort to get that to come loose. So then I thought, well, maybe it's maybe the drive was all smashed or boogered up in some way. And so I got to looking at it, and I realized the corners on the Williams were sharper than the corners in the hole of the adapter. See, they have a little chamfer on the corners, which is good as a stress concentrator to help keep it from breaking under load. But it may have been better to give it that little bit of a circular relief in the corner rather than a chamfer into the square, because this New Britain adapter didn't really fit the Williams drive. And let's see if we can see how it chamfered the corners from the ball down where it was jammed. It really smashed it pretty good there, just trying to drive that on there. So be forewarned, if you have Williams 3/4 drive stuff and New Britain 3/4 drive stuff, they may not play well together. Okay.